than going to the most obvious sites of struggle. And it should just, before we read that, it should be said that like Fra lived there for 7 years. I was living there for 1 year. I was squatting there for a whole year. I was involved in migrant politics activism when I was there, and also like no grandina against the ships and blah blah blah. So we have a huge kind of way of interacting with the city, a set of people we're going to meet, a set of projects we're going to do, etc. So, I mean, I don't even know if we're capable, but we're pretty good candidates for it to take you forward to kind of like confront this city that's so charged with both imagination, politics, and difficulty in all the ways that we haven't mentioned that I'm sure you know about from a distance. And I guess I just wanted to finish with this quote from Lambert. Cities are often understood by the transcendental powers that oversee them, technocrats, including architects, and suppressive forces such as the police or the army or the state, as the original Venetian state, as a two-dimensional representation of space that can be modeled by the transposition of lines into reality, projection. On the other hand, insurgents who experience the city rather than represent it, interpret it as a mass that can be infiltrated, transgressed, and weaponized. And I guess that both represents both the studio, the way we're trying to see the studio as a project, and also the way we're trying to see Venice, both as a project and a result of the projects that have been made onto it. Oh yeah, and we just wanted to put that because it's a long story. It's when the tower fell, and the tower in San Marco fell, and they reconstructed it perfectly, as Francesca mentioned earlier. But this was in the moment of debris, the in-between state, which looks totally ridiculous, but it was real, even though it looks like some montage by a question. Okay, yeah, the end. Oh, and beauty pageant. Fra works at the AA, I work at Central St. Martin's, I work for MAF a bit, I'm involved with Architects for Social Housing, housing activist staff. And scales, like multitude of scales, but we know we didn't talk about the logistics and the sequencing of the year and stuff, so come and talk to us if you're interested and we can talk about that later. All right.
Questions? What sort of assessment do we have? What are these sort of writing focused or
we will do a lot of seminars and reading at the start, totally collectively. I think it's important that we all also pass on information to each other. There'll be a lot of delegations of bits of knowledge that we bring back to the group in order to deal with the amount that needs to be known before you can face the city. Last year we did encourage a lot of writing in order to think about program and the initial response to Rotterdam, and I had like a kind of articulation guide on how to like fill that out. As far as that was really helpful for students, although quite difficult at the start of that. We do encourage a theoretical and like written response at the start, but then we move straight on to drawings and collage, which we have a big interest in as well. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. A lot of thinking at first. Yeah. Is that it?